Hello everyone, welcome to Biomics Hub. Today we will be describing about the most important concepts of CSIR Life Science to the questions. And today is our third part in which we will discuss about plant physiology with the topic phototropin, which is a part of sensory biology which we have discussed earlier. Now let us have a look with the question. This is a question which is asking about the function of phototropins. Before solving this question, we have to understand the concept for this topic. Now, what exactly is phototropin? Phototropin is a part of photomorphogenesis. Photomorphogenesis means light is necessary for the proper growth and development of the plant, and upon the type of wavelength it is absorbed, it is divided into three parts: phytochrome, cryptochrome and phototropin. The phytochrome absorbs red and far red light, and sometimes it absorbs blue light, and the cryptochrome absorbs blue light. This phototropin also absorbs blue light. Phototropins are responsible for the stomatal opening as well as movement of the chloroplast. Now, we will see with the help of the diagram the function of phototropins. In the phototropins, there are two terminal domains. They are the N-terminal domain and the C-terminal domain. In the N-terminal domain, there are two domains known as LOV1 and LOV2, which are also known as LOV1 and LOV2. Attached with this LOV1, there is FMN, which is flavomononucleotide. And in absence of blue light, they are attached with the LOV1 through non-covalent bonding. And in the C-terminal region, there is a kinase which is serine threonine kinase. In presence of a blue light, the LOV1 and FMN, which were attached non-covalently, due to some conformational changes, they will be attached in a covalent manner. Due to this conformational changes, it will autophosphorylate the serine threonine kinase. By the phosphorylation of serine threonine kinase, it will activate the process of photomorphogenesis. That is the reason we are telling it as blue light is responsible for the proper growth and development. Here in this case, it has a autophosphorylating activity. Now let us have a look on chloroplast movement. When there is low light intensity, the chloroplast will move in the upper and lower region of the shell, and in the middle portion there will be presence of a vacuole. These are accumulated in the upper and lower region because there is low light intensity and it requires light for its harvesting. When it will be accumulated in the upper and lower region, it will be exposed to the light and it will accumulate it for its further process. And this process is known as accumulation response because it is accumulating the light. And when there is high light concentration, the chloroplast will move to the lateral side because there is high light. It does not require that much amount of light for its harvesting. So it will move to the lateral region for avoiding the intensity of light. So this process is known as avoidance response. It is avoiding the amount of light which it is getting. Now we can solve the question. The first question is, which of the following statement is not correct? We have to identify the incorrect statement. The first statement is phototropins are autophosphorylating protein kinase. Yes, we have discussed about this topic. When there is the response of a blue light, it is autophosphorylating the serine threonine kinase. Now, there is the second point, phototropin 1 and 2 are flavoproteins. For this, we need another concept about the genes. The phototropins are having two types of gene. They are the FOT1 and FOT2. These two are responsible for photomorphogenesis as well as chloroplast movement. When this FOT1 is responsible for the hypocotyl formation. There are two types of gene, FOT1 and FOT2. When there is mutation in case of FORT1, when it is mutated in low light intensity and in high light intensity, it shows different factors. In low light intensity, there is no phototropic response. And in high light intensity, when it is mutated, when the FORT1 is mutated, it shows phototropic response. And when this FORT2 is mutated, it will show phototropic response. And when there is FORT1 and FORT2 is mutated, there will be no opening of stomata. So this FORT1 and FORT2 are responsible for photomorphogenesis, and when there is low light intensity and this FORT1 is mutated, there is no phototropic response, and when the light intensity is high, it shows phototropic response. In the same manner, when the FORT2 is mutated, it will show phototropic response, and when the FORT1 and FORT2 is present and the FORT2 is mutated, it will not show any opening of the stomata. Now we will discuss about this. This FORT1 and FORT2 are flavoproteins. Yes, it is also the correct statement. Now the third statement tells us that phototropin 1 and 2 are the photoreceptors of blue light. Yes, we have discussed about this. It is also a blue light receptor. Now the fourth point is phototropin 1 and 2 are not directly involved in phototropic response. This is the incorrect statement. For phototropin 1 and phototropin 2 are involved in the phototropic response. As we have to find the incorrect statement, this is the correct answer. Now let us see another questions. This question is about the chloroplast movement. Chloroplast distribution in a photosynthesizing cell is governed by blue light sensing phototropin 2, that is FOT2. When the cells are irradiated with high light intensity, blue light, the chloroplast. What happens in case of high light intensity? We have discussed that the chloroplast will move to the lateral sides, and that is known as the avoidance response. See, in this case, when there is high light intensity, the chloroplasts are moving towards the lateral side, and this response is known as avoidance response. So here we get the correct answer, that is the first option. Now let us have a look with another questions. This question is, light is crucial for plant growth and development. Flowering are certain statements related to photoreceptor in model plant Arabidopsis thaliana. Now the first statement is, among the 5 phytochrome gene representing a gene family, 5B plays a predominant role in red light perception. For this, we need to be clear with the 5B, 5A. Here we are having 5A and here we are having 5B. Now we have to understand the work of 5A and 5B. The 5A absorbs the far red light and 5B absorbs the red light. So in the first statement, it is given that 5B absorbs the red light, and it is the correct statement. As A is correct statement, we can eliminate the third option. Now the second option. Cryptochromes are involved in the regulation of flowering time and hypocotyle length. Yes, we have discussed in our previous lectures about the cryptochrome. They are involved in photomorphogenesis. Photomorphogenesis means regulation of the flowering time, length, growth, everything. So this is the correct answer. As in the second option we don't have B, we have to eliminate this. Now the third statement. Phytochrome A photoreceptor is predominantly involved in far red light perception. Yes, it is also the correct answer. As in the fourth option we don't have C, we have to eliminate this. Through this question we have 2 points, that is phytochrome B absorbs the red light and phytochrome A absorbs the far red light. So our first option is the correct answer. Now let us solve another question. This question is of 2013. Plants are able to perceive light through various photoreceptor and downstream genes. Which of the following gene is not involved in light perception? That means which gene is responsible for the accumulation of light. In the cytochrome, we have discussed about the Cry3, which was a E3 ubiquitin ligase, which was adding the tag to the target enzyme which needs to be degraded. So, Cry3 is not responsible for light perception. It is responsible for the destruction of the enzyme which are involved in photomorphogenesis. So, the incorrect statement for this question is Cry3, and as we have to find the incorrect statement, the fourth answer is the correct answer. Now let us solve one more question. Plants have evolved with multiple photoreceptors which can perceive specific wavelength of light. Which of the following statement is correct about photoreceptors? The first option is phytochrome A can receive both far red and blue light. And it is a correct statement. Sometimes phytochrome A can, this is sometime. Not always. Phytochrome A will receive far red light and sometimes it will receive blue light. So we got the answer, that is the first option. Let us discuss about other options. Phytochrome C can receive far red light. We have not discussed about phytochrome C. Phytochrome C is responsible for primary leaf expansion. Now the next point is cryptochrome 1 and phytochrome B are for perceiving blue light. No, phytochrome B will receive the red light. Now the fourth option is phytochrome B can predominantly perceive far red light. No, phytochrome B will receive the red light. We have got this answer. The first option is the correct answer. Now let us discuss one more question. Perception of blue light in plant causes inhibition of cell elongation and stimulation of stomatal opening. Yes, in case of phototropins, we have discussed about this topic, that when the blue light is received, it will stimulate the stomatal opening. It is responsible for stomatal opening. As we don't have any options in the three about the opening of the stimulation of stomatal opening, so we can eliminate all this option. And our first option is correct. See, in the second option, there is inhibition of stomatal opening. No, it is about the stimulation of stomatal opening. It will open the stomata when the blue light is received. The third statement is that inhibition of stomatal opening. So, it is also the incorrect answer. The fourth statement is inhibition of cell elongation. It is a correct answer, but the most appropriate one, which is having both the points, is the first one. That is inhibition of cell elongation as well as stimulation of stomatal opening. These two are the wrong statement. It is the correct statement, but the most appropriate one is the first statement. Now let us solve another question. Light is perceived by various photoreceptors in plant. The photoreceptors predominantly work at specific wavelength of light. Some of the following statements are related to the function of plant photoreceptors. The first option is phytochrome A predominantly receives red and far red light. It is the incorrect answer. That is, phytochrome A receives the far red light, not the red light. Red light is absorbed by phytochrome B. So we have to eliminate the options which are these three options are eliminated because it is having the A option and our A statement is incorrect. By solving one statement, we have got the answer. That is, the second is the correct statement. Thank you for watching this video, and if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for further notification.